Hi guys. I have already filmed this video and then I started editing it and I was like, I cannot be bothered to edit it. And because I thought I was going to edit it, there were like points where I was just like, blah, 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 and kind of forgot how to use words and were like, I don't mind because I'm going to edit it. And then I was like, I hate editing and I need a better editing software, or at least one that I understand a bit better. And there was things that I wanted to do in that editor, like add graphics. And you know what? I can't be bothered. So I'm going to do a one take. It's going to be a classic Jenny one take. Hi. Screw editing. I just don't wanna. So I want to talk from me to future me in a YouTube format about some of the things I want to do this year in terms of crafting projects. So I have a target, and at the end of the year I can be like, look what I achieved. And I'm also feeling super cute because I bought a new charity shop dress and it makes me feel like a cute emo kid, and I like it. And it's like 3 sizes too big for me, but that means it's just super comfy cozy. And in front of potentially my new gaming stream background, I've got my tapestry, which I love. Look how cute it is. I feel like I need to put something on this wall back here. At the moment there's just my trident and there's the plates that I put up, but at some point maybe I'll put something extra in the background, but for now I don't mind it. What I've done is I've swiveled my desk so it sits between me and my couch behind me. So I have multiple setups that just involve me turning my laptop around, which is lovely. So yeah, crafting goals for 2024. Number 1, and it's easy to remember this one because it's right in front of me, my love seat. I enjoy it. It's super comfy cozy. I bought it because in this room I was feeling a bit agoraphobic. It's quite a big space, and B, I wanted somewhere that I could come up here when I want to be comfy cozy. I struggle to exist in a space if I can't cocoon into a ball of comfy coziness. If I only have this desk chair, for example, I'm not going to spend time up here because it feels like work rather than feeling like relaxing, and I like relaxing. So I bought the love seat secondhand, and it's nice enough, but it's very modern, it's very square, and I want to make it like a Victorian super comfy cozy thing. And my sister for Christmas bought me a huge amount of charity shop fabric, and it's this red and gold brocade which works so well for the vibe of this room. And what I've done currently, as you guys can't see it, you might see it in a stream or two, who knows, I've just kind of wrapped the fabric around the chair just to see whether or not there's enough. There is plenty for me to basically cover the entire of the couch in this new fabric, which will make it more Victorian Gothic-y, and like just amp it up a little bit. And I'm also planning on potentially building out certain sections to make the shape a little bit more historical. So potentially building up the back a little bit or building up the arms. I don't know whether I want to spend money on like furniture foam, or whether or not I'm just going to futz around with other stuff that I can use to like pad it out or bulk it out. I might do like a cardboard backing and then just use some like leftover fabric or unwanted fabric to kind of pad out the front. I'll cross that bridge when I cross it, but in the meantime I'm already loving how much better it looks just wrapped in the fabric, without having done any sewing at all, which is lovely. Also, it means that I have got plenty of fabric, which is great. Number 2 is the witch's hat. So last year my friend Falcon, the fucking god of the sun, and if you know what that reference is, you know what the reference is. If you don't give a fluff. They posted the most adorable red mushroom witch's hat in my Discord, and it is honestly, it brings me so much joy every time I see it. If I'm just accidentally scrolling through to older chats, I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And it's like a little round hobbit door in the hat. So they posted that around the tail end of Halloween and the beginning of the Christmas period, and at the time, I can't remember if it was before or after that picture popped up, I was thinking of doing a winter witch's hat. So like where the point of the hat is a Christmas tree. And then I thought, you know what if I were to make it an inter-season witch's hat? So if during the winter months I decorate it like a Christmas tree, as per previously thought of, and I could put like mini baubles on it and maybe a star on the top, and maybe have like little snowmen on the rim, I don't know, or like little tiny presents. that was kind of the initial concept, but then I was like, why don't I make it multi-season? So all of that decoration can be removed, and then in the spring months I can put like flowers all around it, and in summer maybe like wheat and barley to make it like a sort of, I don't know, it was like a nice concept. And then for Halloween, obviously it's a witch's hat already, but I can like put pumpkins around it or other such decorations. I was like, that would be really cute. And also the main idea was to get me into like Christmas things but with a Halloween twist. So yes, that was definitely on my to-dos. Have I procrastinated on that? A lot, because in order to do the interlining to make it stiff and have height and also maintain the rim, that's probably going to involve all of the examples I've seen are either Warbler or wire or proper interfacing fabric, all of which cost a lot of money, and I don't want to. I am trying to really save up this year to do potential America things, and a bunch of other stuff. So that is an expense I don't want to pay for. However, what I'm thinking of right now, and what I'm kind of working towards, is potentially building up the rim out of cardboard, maybe smoothing out using sort of a more, children's art and crafts versions like paper mache. So if I build up the rim out of maybe multiple layers of cardboard and then kind of paper mache it to make it kind of a like thicker towards the top and then kind of tapering towards the outside, and that way I don't need to buy or acquire through means a big sheet of cardboard. I can use like little layers of cardboard and kind of smooth it out with paper mache. I have loads of scrap paper because I don't throw anything away. So I have my old university notes when I went to university over 10 years ago. So I have loads of bits of paper. I have loads of cardboard, which I acquire little by little and kind of build it up. PVA glue is something that is a reasonable expense in my opinion. So I can kind of build that up, and then I'm thinking of then wrapping that whole baseline in silver foil. Now that sounds super weird, but one of my concerns for like if I were to wear it out and about, or if it were to get exposed to any level of moisture, is if you're using any sort of paper mache type thing, it is obviously very vulnerable to water. So if I do a layer of silver foil on top of the cardboard paper mache type thing and then put the fabric on top of that, then at least it's got some level of water resistance. And then part of my initial process about that was if I was making a Halloween one or like a Christmassy one, I could poke little holes and then feed like fairy lights into the hat, and having a layer of silver underneath the fabric might help reflect that. I don't know. It's all concepts at the moment. So that's definitely a thing I want to do. And one of the other things, one of my big kind of rolling projects is I struggle a lot with underpinnings. So underpinnings is your classic underlayers, your vests, your slips, your chemises, all of those sort of things that would wear underneath your clothes. Modern underpinnings are all super synthetic, like super duper synthetic. Like I kind of think like maybe you can get like a cotton vest, but if you want to buy a slip skirt, it will 100% be 100% plastic, and that's fine, but there's nothing worse than on like a super duper cold day you put a hot water bottle on your lap and immediately you are sweaty and gross and it feels horrible. And I hate wearing tights, but I want to be warm. It's a great dichotomy. But traditional underpinnings are always made out of linen or cotton, but most commonly linen, because it is a fabric you wear against your skin and it will absorb sweat, it feels nice, it's heat managing, and I think it's just a really neat idea to have some more traditionally made underclothes in cotton or linen or natural fibres that feel really good against your skin. In terms of like technical proficiency, one of the things I struggle with when making dresses is things like seams and ways of like fastenings, making them comfortable and fit really nicely. Those are all things that if you're dealing with the layer that's going directly against your skin, you need to make sure that those things work really, really well, that they're really comfortable, that it's close to your skin but not too tight. So all of those things are really good practicing skills, things to get really good at for sewing projects in general. But equally, if I mess them up, no one's going to see them because they're going to go under your clothes. That's the whole point. Equally, I feel like depending on what sort of designs I go with, they could be really good for like cottagecore, like fantasy type things, because you could put like a set of stays or corsets free over the top, or I don't know. It's just really good to have those useful like underlayers, both from a practical standpoint and from a skill set standpoint, and also from a costume potential standpoint. And if those patterns that I work on for these underpinnings are really nice and fit really well, then I can then transfer those patterns that I've already known how to work with and already practiced working with, and then make it in fashion fabric, and then you have a costume or a day-to-day dress. And so I think that's just really good practicing skill sets. So I'm excited about that. Plus I have loads of like old bed sheets and other such lengths of cotton or linen that are just in my fabric stash. So that's a really good thing to practice with, to make clothing that, again, if I make it badly, the worst comes to the worst, I can just wear it under my other clothes. So it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. Other little projects, we've worked on a couple this year, but I want to do more miniature mascot costumes. I have two mascots at work, one for my department, one for another department, that I do seasonal and event costumes for, because it brings me so much joy. I just did Burns Night costumes for them, just like little pieces of wardrobe that make me so happy. So I'll be working on them as I go. I want to work on more Christmas baubles and other such things like that. I want to get better at resin work. I want to try making some candles. I have loads of leftover wax from candles. I basically light my house with candles at all times because I just like it, and it's winter, so it gets dark so early that I don't want to necessarily turn on all the electric lights. I just want to have candles everywhere, and it makes me happy. But then you end up with loads of wax everywhere, so that's something I want to maybe work on, making candles, using up their supplies. I also want to work on potentially some hot water bottle covers made out of old socks. So this is something my sister does. She makes what she called slankets, as in sock blankets, quilts made out of cut up old socks. So if socks have died or they have no partner, cutting those little babies up and then making patchwork blankets. And I tell you, as someone who loves a weighted blanket, oh my gosh, blankets are heavy. They are heavy duty blankets, but I want to make just maybe something a little bit smaller, so maybe some hot water bottle covers. As someone who, I love the sensation of a really, really hot water bottle. It's probably not good, the amount of low level burns I get from snuggling up directly to a hot water bottle straight out the kettle. So that's something I would like to work on, is making some hot water bottle covers. You can buy hot water bottle covers very easily, but let's make some slanket hot water bottle covers. Why not? It's fun, and it's a way of using up socks, and it's all hand in hand in hand in hand. And that's the main projects that I want to work on this year. Again, part of my target for this year is to save a lot of money if I can. I have some things that I want to pay off, some stuff that I want to get done with the house, and obviously my big trip to America, which again it's starting to be processed. So I want to try not to spend too much money on crafting stuff. I want to work with what I've got. Obviously Halloween is going to be a bit of a thing, so any ideas? My candle just started crackling. I don't know whether or not you guys heard it, but it's being exciting. But yes, Halloween stuff for this year. I haven't got the clue what I want to do for Halloween. I think I need to watch a lot of Disney content and see if anything sparks joy, and I'm like, that is my Halloween costume. Because honestly, I've never done Halloween in a hot climate. I'm used to Halloween in cold environments where most of the idea of the costume is to put as many additional layers between you and the outside as possible so you're not freezing your socks off. So the concept of a warm Halloween, because I will be doing Halloween in Florida this year, is making me have a lot of different options for costumes, and also I have no inspiration at all. So I'm happy to take Halloween suggestions. I would really like any feedback you guys have. Obviously we've got a while to go, but the earlier I can start getting these things done, the better. Hopefully the less stressed I'll be. Be prepared for many months of low-level anxiety towards the Florida stuff. But those are the main goals. So, future Jenny, did you achieve these? I mean, there will be a video at some point in the future where hopefully I can be like, look what I made this year. And I can go through what I made. But I think it's really nice to start the year with some like manageable targets, and it seems like not a lot of targets, but equally my streaming schedule's been so over the place. There'll be stuff that comes up that will distract me, and there'll be days when I have no energy, so I just wanted to get it kind of on paper, for lack of a better term. There's stuff I want to do with this channel. It's like YouTube is so neglected. Twitch, I haven't organized Twitch in so long. I want to play video games, I want to continue getting my house in order, and also not spend too much money, so these things kind of get confused. Housework stuff will potentially happen as due. I want to do some more baking stuff as soon as the kitchen is a little bit further along. So yeah. Those are the crafting targets. If you have anything that you think would be fun to do, if you have any ideas of what I should be working on, or things that are low cost, or things I can do without necessarily buying anything new, I would love to take suggestions. I definitely I hate the concept of making rubbish that people won't like, or rubbish that has no purpose. Like I don't want to be the person who's like, hey, take this rubbish thing I made and put it somewhere. I want to be able to create useful, nice, convenient, purposeful items, not just random crafty things. So if anyone has any suggestions for that sort of thing, let me know. In the meantime, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll probably see you on Twitch before I see you on YouTube, but if you only watch YouTube, hi, I'm sorry you're neglected, and if you watch Twitch, see you soon. I don't know why I saluted you, I'm a weirdo. Okay, bye for now!